How you guys doing? How we feeling today, you guys? I hope everybody's well. Welcome. Benvenida, benvenido. Welcome to We Mind Your Business. And for my Instagram people, at Jacqueline, Jacqueline, strictly business. Jacqueline, strictly business on my Instagram. We Mind Yo Business on my YouTube. How we doing? And thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. We've been talking about love, you guys. It's February, the love month, right? Black History Month. Welcome in. Welcome in. And our Spanish word today, you guys, is pan. Pan. Pan means bread. And I know I don't need to be learning about no bread. But I love bread. Hey, cousin. And I left you that link, and if you ever need to come, you call me direct. I mean, you get in contact with me directly. You don't go through that. I just put that for you to see, but you contact me directly. You don't have to go through no link or nothing. I just wanted you, and you can share that as well. Hey, you doing, you beautiful lady? Share that as well. If anybody you know having an executive meeting or anything, but you contact me directly. You just write on in there. You don't need to go through no link. You just come on and show up. Call me and say, hey, I'm coming. I'm going to get ready for you, cuz. But that's something that the family has. If anybody needs it this way, you're more than welcome to let them know that we have that in the family and that we will most definitely take care of them. You contact me directly. So come on in, you guys. We've been talking about love this month. It's Black History Month. And, of course, it's my mom's birthday month. February the 5th is a national holiday to me. That's my mommy's birthday. Rest in peace, mommy. I love you so much. And thank you for all the wisdom and all of the sacrifices and everything that you've done so that I am here today. And thank you to all of the ancestors who have paved the way for us to be here and to be standing. They shed blood. They gave up their blood and all the sacrifices that they made so that we are allowed to be here today. Thank God. Give homage to the ancestors. They gave up so much. And I had some babies with me, and we were doing Black History contests. And I'm telling you guys, I've been hearing rumors about how they're not going to even make Black History a thing anymore. You know, they're not going to acknowledge it anymore in the U.S. so far as, you know, in the United States as being a... So we have to teach our babies. It's nobody else's job. And a lot of things, you know, Muhammad Ali, they figured out Muhammad Ali. I said, yeah. When they left, he's like, he the greatest. I was like, oh, it just touched my heart, you know. So we have to do a better job with letting people know how great we are. Like I said, you don't have to hate anybody to love yourself. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying unapologetically now, love yourself and teach how great we are unapologetically. It's okay to love who you are and not hate anybody else while you're doing it. So I wanted to get that out. Our babies don't know a lot. They didn't know that a black woman invented the GPS, Mrs. West. They didn't know a black woman helped us get to the moon. It was just, and when they went home and told their family and teachers and stuff, they was like, oh my God, they went crazy. I'm like, yeah, this is beautiful, you guys. You guys are beautiful. You need to know that. So welcome, you guys. Welcome. This is Mr. Jacqueline. I'm holding you up. I will never hold you down because what goes around comes back around. So today we're going to talk about not settling. We're not going to settle, you guys. We're not going to settle. I'm going to share always with you guys my story, my life, because that's what I know. I've been married most of my adult life. I was a year in and then I got married to be an adult. And we were so young, we couldn't even get in the club, y'all. And I like to dance, so we would be trying to sneak in the club because he would be trying to take me to dance. And a lot of times he had a baby face and I would be all dressed up and got the girls out so I could get in, but he couldn't get in. So I'd be like, oh. So sometimes we had to finesse our way in. But that's how long ago I got married. But when my mom passed and I was divorced, I lost my mom. I got divorced. I got a foreclosure. I lost one of my commercial buildings to a person who knew way more about real estate than me. No excuse. I have my real estate license, but real estate license and real estate investing, two different things. So a lot of stuff happened to me in 2008. Now, all of that happened in 2008. I lost my mom. I got divorced. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. But on my journey after that, I said, I want to be free for a while. I want to date. I want to find out what it feels to be young and adventurous and do things my way, because, you know, and married as a teenager, you know, you have to be as one, even though you're young. You have to make sure the other person eats. So I made it a mission to date, to find out who I was. I wanted to find out who I was. And I remember going on a particular date with a guy, and he said, you know, we were talking, this was like a couple dates in, and he was telling me, he said, I was saying, yeah, you know, I'm aggressive and da 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 da. Thank you for the hearts, cousin. I love you. Aggressive. He's like, nah, I don't think you're aggressive. And I was like, huh? I said, I've always been told that I was aggressive. I've always been told that I was aggressive. He said, I'm a man. I probably done dated more women than you have. And he said, I've been with some aggressive women. I've been with some mean, cold-hearted, aggressive women. He said, I don't think you're one of them. So it just made me sit back and relax. I was like, okay, I want to hear more of this. And so, you know, because I knew myself pretty well, and this is how my family, they always said I was aggressive, because when it comes to business now, I'm laser beam focused. And so he said, nah, I think you know what you want. You know how to get it, and you know how to keep it. And I was like, hey, that is me. I talked about before how dating can open our eyes to some things that we don't know about ourselves. All my life I had been told I was aggressive, but all my life people have been around me doing business. I wasn't doing business. I was on a date. So he exposed a side of me that he seen me from a different light. And he said, actually, you're a breath of fresh air. And I was like, whoa, what? And he said, that's sexy that you know what you want and you're not going to settle. He said, I like that. He was pointing out some things that took him to get to the date. You know, he's like, you told me this, nope, but that. And he's like, this is how it's going to be. He's like, oh, okay. This young lady knows what she wants. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, it was really wasn't that I was trying to be hard. It was just I had a lot of things going. I had just moved across country. I had just lost my mom. I had just went through a divorce. I had just lost a property, not a residential property, a commercial property. I had just lost a commercial property. That was a big deal for me. My whole family worked there. Well, most of my family worked. I was supplying people with jobs in my family. That meant a lot to me. It kind of, it tore me down, losing my mom, going through divorce, not being able to supply people in my family with a job. And some of the kids in the community worked in my commercial spot. I would sign their papers so they could get their food stamps and stuff. So I was coming to a place, and I had shared this with him after a few dates. We had started talking. He said, the things that you've been through, he said, you should be way more tarnished than you are. He said, you know what you want. Don't belittle that. He said, that's sexy to know what you want, to not settle. He said, here you are, you've been through all of this stuff and you're not going to settle. I said, no, sir, I'm not going to settle. And if I may, I remember coming to the East Coast, and I ran into several guys, even guys that weren't somebody I was dating, just people that I knew that were in a relationship, and they were talking about how I chose her, I chose her, or they were telling me about how they wasn't dating for a while. And one of my friends, she had met her guy, and I asked, well, how do what happened between y'all? He said, well, I wasn't with anybody because I didn't have a car. And I had a guy tell me that. He said, oh, no, I was off the dating scene till I got my car and I got my house and stuff because I didn't want to settle. Huh? You mean to tell me it's grown people like this out in the world? Grown women, grown men, they got their stuff together because they don't want to settle. And you should not settle. You should never settle just because you know what you want. That doesn't mean you have to be a hard, no, I don't, open your mind, step out the box. Open your heart, let some of the walls down, but you should never, ever settle. Be authentically who you are. That is important. And that landed me a beautiful marriage because I had a lot of pieces that I needed to put together. I had been through some stuff. In 1 year, this all happened in the same year, you guys. I mean, just bow, 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 left and right. I was like, God, really? I thought we was down like 4 flat tires, God. What's going on here? I thought that you loved it, me, God. There go that footstep prayer. He was carrying me the whole time, showing me what I could endure, letting me know what I was made of. So I always share with my clients that there is love after it all. It is love after all. I did some research the other day, and they were talking about love, how love gives you longevity. It lowers your blood pressure, keeps you healthy, keeps you out the hospital. It keeps your mind psychologically developing because you're dealing with a whole another person besides yourself. It keeps you responsible. So there's a lot of benefits to it when you're not settling. We talk about desperation, dating and loving out of desperation. So we should never settle, you guys. I wanted to share that with you guys because that was some of my journey. Now, I had some straight idiots when I was the time that I had taken off after my divorce, and I was dating. I had some straight crazy people that I was like, you know what? Don't you ever call me again. I'm gonna call your mama and tell her to come get you. Leave me alone. But I found that fascinating. And as I was told that was sexy to know what you want, I was like, oh, okay. Because I didn't go into it expecting anything. I was going to have a great time, and I ended up meeting some really cool people. And I found that, I said, dang, that is sexy when a man know what he wants. Not just a woman, but when a man knows what he wants. That's some sexy, hey, auntie, and thank you for the hearts. That's sexy when somebody knows what they want. Don't settle. When you settle, you end up at the bottom with the catfish, eating from the feces of the ocean. Don't settle. You are a jewel. You're a pearl. You're a diamond. You're a jewel. So to hear a man tell you that, no, he said, no, you're not aggressive. He said, I done dated some aggressive women, and you're not one of them. You know what you want, and that's okay. It's okay to know what you want, especially after 35, 20, 21, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 33, 35. You got time to play around. It's time to understand who you are and know what you want and be okay with it. Because if you don't, how can you be fulfilled? How can you serve God's purpose? Because all of us have a purpose. How could you truly serve God's purpose if you do not accept who you are? There's always room for growth. But you were perfectly designed in the image of God. You were perfectly designed at a divine time, divine timing. That means that sperm had to get to the egg and fertilize the egg for you to come here in a miracle, in a divine timing. In a divine timing. So we don't have time to let people waste our time. We have to love from a higher frequency. Be okay with being great. Some people are great. Some people are the bomb. You can't tell me that Beyonce ain't the bomb. You can't tell me that Martin Luther King ain't the bomb. You can't tell me that they all left their legacy because they was chosen to do that. Divine timing. It was that time for them to be here. So if you're great, you just great. So we're not going to settle when we're dating. We're not going to settle in our personal life. We're not going to settle in our entrepreneurial life. We're not going to settle in our love life. We're not going to settle in any aspects of our life. So that was my story, you guys, that I wanted to share with you guys on my dating journey before I got married. And this was a really, on the East Coast, they have a lot of politicians and different things. This was a person that had worked with Bush, and so I was just like blown away to hear that. I was like, wow. I said, and that's my little thing. I said, I'm going to accept and receive that. And when I looked at it from a woman's perspective, I said, that is grown and sexy and all right when a man got his stuff together and he knows what he wants. Now, isn't that amazing when two people have that mind shift and they know what they want? Boof. Now we got power couples because we both know what we want, but we both know how to make the magic, the mystique. I don't like to say balance because nobody wants to be balanced. I'm going to balance you into my life. But magically incorporating everything and letting everything flow. And two people get together. That's why I love being a licensed tax preparer so much. Because when I sit down, I see people's marital status. And I see them clowning and getting it and making it happen. And they got this house over there. They got that property over there. They got that asset. And then I can even assist them even more. Why don't you guys get an IRA? You're only 49 and you're only 50. You can contribute $6,000. You can contribute $7,000 because you're over 50. Now you can contribute $13,000. So we're going to not settle. We ain't settling for nothing. It's our birthright to have it all, even love. Some people have it all. What is that? What does that look like? That depends on what it is for you. Some people having it all is to get up and be able to go walk every morning. Some people have it all is to see their children's face. I talk about heaven to me. Heaven to me is remembering my mom's smile. She had the most beautiful smile, the most beautiful eyelashes. Heaven to me is to be here right at this divine moment. Heaven to me is to see my daughter happy. Heaven to me is to know that my husband is healthy. Even though I have to sneak some organic food in there sometime on him. He want to eat junk all the time. But heaven to me is when my auntie Cora came and took care of me after my mom passed. She came, this lady came and took care of me. She cooked for me. And I shared the other day, auntie, how I lost everything. And we ended up sleeping on my salon floor. I had to take care of my mom. And on an air mattress. When my mom passed, I had a lot of debt from like medical stuff. A lot of stuff wasn't covered. I had to do what I had to do. But she came, and I think she knew that we were sleeping on the floor. But she didn't say nothing. She just came in and took care of us. We had a hot plate. She made us food. She made our kids do their homework. I will forever be grateful to you for that. How can someone settle when you have people like this in your life actually performing God's work? This is real. This lady came. She didn't just come and took care of me. She took care of my little sister. She took care of my daughter. She took care of my nephew. And she took care of me. And she was sent to us by God. She's my mom's best friend. But she's always going to be my aunt. So the lady right here, Cora, that's online, yeah, that's what she did. She knew something was up. She just popped up. I don't know if she had telepathy. My mom had passed on, so my mom couldn't have called her and told her we needed help. How did she know? See, you don't have to settle. There's people like this in the world. God going to send you what you need when you need it. Always. God is always on time. So that's it for me today, you guys. I enjoy you guys. I thank you. I appreciate you guys. I love you so most definitely. And today our Spanish word was pan. Pan means bread. And till next time, this is Mrs. Jacqueline, a.k.a. Jackie Blue. I'm holding you up. I never hold you down. What goes around comes back around. We're going to find someone to be kind to, even if that someone is you. God bless each and every one of you guys. And I will talk to you soon. We're going to say bye to YouTube first. Don't forget to leave a comment, you guys, on my YouTube. I love you. So we're going to say bye.